De la right, my MVVs, welcome.
Giesi elders are alleged to have, led Igbi out of the palace of the Ooni of Ife to go and stay in the Oloris quarters until Ooni of Ife returns back into the palace. Now, why is it so? They said that since Ooni of Ife left the palace, that a lot has been happening in the palace. Now, they have been battling with very dark cloud in the palace, and the dark cloud dissipated and now came back again. Now, you heard about the 16 owl that visited the palace and was around the entrance of the Ooni of Ife's villa that made them to go and bring white palm front to tie around the palace, okay? Then we also heard about something that is called adimu orisha. Now, the adimu orisha is a masquerade that, it's, I think it's more in Lagos State, but they say they also have it in Ile-Ife. And that masquerade, they say women don't see it. But that adimu orisha is usually comes out when maybe they are coronating a very big king or the pie of a very big king. And now that masquerade coming out is a premonition, and it is a very bad thing. And the fact that they are seeing it the way they are seeing it. Now, they said that a woman had seen it within the week, and 2 nights ago, they said the woman passed on. Then Igbi had seen Adimu Orisha, and they said she has seen it over and over again, and people are still saying it. Remember that they invited a lot of diviners into the palace. They were not able to do much. They had to invoke this woman, Yifa. Yifa told them everything, that as long as Ooni of Ife will not stop doing what he is doing, that he will continue with this kind of struggles. And doing everything to bring Queen Naomi back into the palace is not a problem. Doing everything to bring Queen Naomi back into the palace is that giving Queen Naomi overtime work without pay, because Naomi will continue to go through all of this crisis because Ooni of Ife is weak, and because he is weak like with due respect to Ooni of Ife, they said the women have manipulated him a whole lot, and he is falling prey to this manipulation because he is still having congenital bliss with the women, and that is something they have stopped a long time ago. But as long as he continues doing what he is doing, they'll continue to have the problems, okay? But in that interim, they said somebody had committed an abominable act again in the palace, and until that person excused them from the palace and stay outside the palace, that these adimu orisha and all of those things that they have been seeing, and the dark cloud, the owls, they will continue to stay until that person leaves the palace. Now, we heard that only Igbi is rumored to have rushed to their shrine to go and make some confessions, but of course the confession is not made known to people. No, we don't know what she said she did or what. But however, the reason why it's not made public is because Giesi is not around. No matter the circumstances, this woman is still the wife to the Ooni of Ife and deserves due respect. That is the wife, the husband who will have the right to make her confession public. But in the interim, to stop what is going on in the palace, they said that the person who may be responsible for the crisis that is bringing all of these things again has to leave the palace. So they said they had to lead her out of the palace. And it was such a big humiliation because they say the Giesi elders stormed the palace, went straight to her suite and asked her to leave like immediately. They said she didn't even carry her things. A lot of things were because she wanted to rush in and do this and do this. They said she was leaving immediately. And that was how she drove. She entered her car. The driver carried her, followed Giesi elders behind, and then carried her straight to the Oloris quarters. They said right now, Igbi is in the Oloris quarters. But while she was trying to argue, they said she made a whole lot of fuss, wahala, here and there. Why would they do this to her? They have no right to do this to her. They are not her husband, blah, 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 blue, blue, blue. They said Giesi elders did not agree. They had to walk her out of the palace. Now, is a palace residence resting from the whistling. At least last night they said there was no single whistling in the palace. Now they say whistling in the royal palace is a bad omen. They say whistling attracts evil. Whistling attracts reptiles and all of that. So whistling in the palace is a bad omen. Okay. And so last night they said the palace residents were able to sleep because there was no whistling, no single whistling in the palace. So what that means is that maybe they have removed the right person out of the palace. Is she going to come back when Kabiyesi comes back? It's the question that I cannot answer, because over time these people have done a lot, and they did it over and over and over and over again. Did they return back to the palace? They always came back to the palace. Listen to what Yifa is saying, that as long as Kabiyesi continues to do what he has been doing, that they have been asking him not to do, that these women will continue to do what they are doing, and people will continue to fight. Yifa said she will not be a party to bringing Naomi into that palace again, because the fight is far from coming to an end. Should Kabiyesi not stop doing what they have asked him not to do. Now, they said that Kabiyesi has been told not to eat from the women. They said Kabiyesi has been told not to enter their jolonto, all of these things that Kabiyesi has been told, but for some reason, he still goes back there and he falls prey to what is going on. At least this is the rumor we are hearing. I do not live with these people. I do not live with the Ooni of Ife. Neither am I related to them. I'm just a blogger. I get an information, I reenact it, and I post it. And I also tell you that whatever information you get on social media, you need to take it with a pinch of salt. Welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Delarama. I bring you fresh and spicy gist from the sources, still on the royals. How are you guys doing? I appreciate you. Happy weekends to you. I apologize for coming late. I love you guys. Share Adukbe, my people. You're yet to subscribe. Kindly go ahead, hit that subscribe button, and do not forget to turn on the notification bell. And do not forget to give this video a thumbs up. I appreciate each and every one of you so much. So this is the report that we are hearing, that they have, led Igbi out of the palace to go and wait for the Ooni of Ife in the Olori mansion. They said this was a very embarrassing situation for Igbi, who claims she is pregnant right now. They say Giesi family said they could care less whether she's pregnant or not. If you're pregnant, nobody says you can't have a baby in the Oloris mansion. And besides, if you're truly pregnant, if Kabiyesi comes back, you are supposed to leave the palace immediately, because Kabiyesi is not supposed to see you. You're not royalty when you are pregnant. This is what we are hearing. If this information is true, this is what is making the rounds on social media. I'm going to bring you more update. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you.